and send the video out to people, and we will get the stream underway. Get some music started. And let's get into it. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, and welcome back to day 2 of March's Archipelago Raid. First things first, we'll take a look at our region because, well, we've been moving fairly well with ourselves and can't really be too upset with the speed with which we're building. And we're currently building faster than any of the other legions on the map. Our allies Azure are slowly building towards their level 6 with Jade and Crimson coming up from the side. Honestly, this has been a very interesting matchup to start things off, and I am happy to say that I am not doing horribly in points. Having 7 million when some of these people have well over 100 million power, I'm okay with this. I'm definitely okay with being able to keep up with people who are stronger than me. This has been a good choice for me. I'm glad I moved down for at least this time around. That being said, let's go check out how my allies are doing. From the looks of it, it looks as if Golden and Crimson are paired up and Jade and Azure are paired up. So as we expected from this one with Azure and Jade, Jade is definitely building well enough for this. Azure's having a hard time keeping up with speed, but it does look as if a couple of mistakes were made with flag building. As you can see, if they would have shifted one of these flags up just one square and put it on top here, they wouldn't have had to waste this flag here. And Jade not having the same problem, building directly to the level 6 checkpoint and already set up around it. So, wonderful. Hold on, what do I got here? Let's go take a look. Oh, hold on. We got a bit of a fight here. ROK. Looks like SSI is getting pushed back right now, or at least they're moving back to regroup. SSI has the upper hand in this, so I'm kind of curious as to what's going on. Captain Tony's just throwing himself at people. Red Bull trying to pick off stragglers. Yep, caught someone sleeping. But as far as numbers, SSI has the advantage. ROK is hanging back a bit, but they're slowly refilling their troops. 59E definitely putting in some work. LM4S and Dev B's got some people out on the field, but they have to be careful because 59E and ZDC can still hit their allies, even because they're not actually allies yet. They have to be careful about running into each other and causing problems. Hey, Smoke Halt, just saw you, sorry. let's see. I'll admit I do miss the lack of really mistakes as far as team composition. Like, I see one glaring mistake. Two actual, like, mistakes in this whole pile here. If you can figure out what they are, feel free to let me know. But don't worry, they're already paying for that mistake very quickly. Robert leading isn't necessarily a mistake because depending on who's following, it can boost the attack power. Just know that he's going to be pretty high up on the list of people to kill because he has little defensive options. But it's not necessarily a mistake. The one that I was pointing out is they had a Bianca lead. There was two of them on the map with a Bianca lead, and that alongside Lee is the number one thing to kill. Desi, what is your question? Ooh, for Awakened Thunder, I would probably have to build that for you because I typically don't use. Oh, I don't doubt that one bit. I saw ROK's fight against SSI yesterday, Kev, and they can see when SSI moves as a unit. I don't think they're going to have too much of a problem. It's, but this isn't ROK over here. ROK backed off. I want to see you all fight for the level 8, Kev. I really do. I want to be online for that. Now, Desi, your question, give me just a second. Smoke alt. I want to try Bianca and Frigoro once I awaken her, so in about 2 years. If it makes you feel better, I still only have her at 5111. So. But I still use her. For Awakened Thunder. Honestly, that's going to depend a little bit on how you have him set up or who you plan on pairing him with. Personally, if I'm going to run a Garrison, I really like this setup here. This doesn't require me to switch between a field and Garrison build and still gives me a lot of infantry buffs. I've not been consistently getting hang tough, especially if they cancel the rallies and then reset it, because it resets the what 100% of your troops is. But even leaving out hang tough and picking up the additional stats, infantry guard, if you can control the Garrison, I still think that dumping into infantry is a better choice than going into the Garrison tree. The only exception is I would, if you can give up the points somewhere, pick up Skillful Defense if you're up against a Julia Lewis or any other high skill damage combo. If you would like to drop the 6 points here and come pick up the additional squad attack and defense of 5%, that can be beneficial to you because technically that would be higher than the 3% you get for infantry squads, but that does require you to get points from elsewhere in order to get this as well. And to determine if you actually want the rage, you're going to have to do a little bit of math to see how close you are to activating that skill 1 second sooner. Because if 10 additional rage per round isn't going to get you an extra second, I wouldn't pick it up. But this is a safe one for me. If you're going to alter it, come over here, pick up skillful defense and high walls. Honestly, here, I can just show you what I would give up for those. Because I can do this. I really like damage control. I'm going to come over here, pick up skillful defense, pick up high walls, get the rest there, and then I'm going to take the additional infantry squad defense. That's personally how I would set it up if you were going to pick up skillful defense and high walls. Because then I'm still utilizing infantry guard, which is one of the most broken talents for infantry garrisons. I personally like damage control because it can stack on top of infantry guard. This one's a nice one for me to pick up since I'm already going to be picking up the skill damage from precautionary measures anyway. So yeah. Anyways, back to that fight. I don't want to watch this fight for a little bit. SSI's holding closer to their territory this time, and look at them. This is what you need to do against ROK. You have to push back against their presence, and you have to move as a unit. Desi Awakened Lewis is going to be still the safest option with Thunder. Just you're gonna have to watch the field. So many people know how to break Lewis's damage now that you have to be careful with it. Awesome. Okay. Did I have anyone say anything in here? What do we got? He's all the way back there, though. Desi, I take it you're in your own Archipelago Raid now? If you are, how are you doing? Oh, damn. Anyways. Oh, I've been promoted. Oh, I've been demoted. Promoted and demoted in the span of 10 minutes. Anyways, I want to see how the other regions are doing. Not being in the top gives me kind of a lackluster view of how the other regions are doing. So we have Golden, well on their way to building. I do feel like you could have saved one flag by building this at an angle. So I think that would have reached here. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, shit. Wait, hold on. Is that a thing, Frankie? Or is it just a... I'll have to look at that. I can't tell if you actually sent over that or... That'd be a first for me. Anyways. Focus. See, this... I don't think there's been a consensus on what takes less flags. I need to sit down and actually look at that on from each angle, what takes the least amount of flags to cover the space. Because one additional flag makes a big difference once you get down here. Then you've got Jade, who's almost at their level 6, so they're not really building at the pace I expected them to, but Azure definitely is. Like, see, I think if you'd have built this at an angle here, this flag would have been unnecessary because this one would have touched that corner. The only upside to doing it this way is once you get to this point, you can build both ways simultaneously, but you don't need to do that. Let's see if there's any fighting in the middle here. Definitely a lot of gathering going on in their safe spaces. Doesn't look like any fighting going on, but if anyone sees any, please let me know. I'll hop back over to G3 when I get a chance. I don't even know what you're doing.
Yes, but I tried.
I don't have as many tier 6 on mine, but it seems like most of them are in this freaking Crimson. They come over to play with us and they still freaking hurt, but I can't say I'm doing horrible against them. No, I can't use that as a guide because I was swarming. Yeah, Thunder Bianca can't take a hit. But Raigoro Eddie definitely can. Where is the fight I had? Ah, here we go. Yeah, this is against someone who's slightly higher than me. I was running Raigoro Eddie. They had their expansion with tier 6, and while I didn't do as well in the second one, this was a 2v1 at this point anyway. I can't be upset about how well I did against the first March here. Yes, I ended up having less survive, but because it's a Thunder, something you got to watch out for on the field, they had more than twice as many heavily wounded than I did by the end of it. Come on. Take it. Take the bait. No, I'll take this. I appreciate it, Frankie. Thank you. Oh, that didn't work. Aw. That one hurt. Anyways, on to G3, and I'll leave it there for a minute. Because I've kind of felt out their runners, and as long as I'm gathering with my tier 6, they can't touch it unless they're swarming it with more than one troop. G3 is where things got even because it's 4 on 4 on 4 on 4. However, we got Golden actually building to the south, which slowed down their progress here, but will increase their passive production. So they should be able to build over to here pretty well. Crimson, halfway to the level 6 checkpoint. Jade just about to touch it. Don't think they're quite touching it yet. But it is LAS 2, and they are fighting. Look at them go. It's Bod, AOW, Walter B. Savage is there. Avis, Lion. Oh, there's Deathlock. Let's see, any mistakes? I kind of feel bad for people who still have Chun, because Chun has been very much overshadowed by Julia, but she still has a large amount of power output. Oh, look at that. Dodo showing us why the birds went extinct. Look at it. How is it not dead yet? Where'd you go? I saw you in there, Lee. Ooh, that's not a bad option there to cover a lot of Chun's weaknesses. But the only problem I have with the Chun, I'm looking at this Chun Jin combo that the LAS2 guy has here. I don't think the rage generation from Jin is going to bridge that secondary to primary gap like some of the others can. Deathlock is having to back off, but they've got a lot more distance to cover. They random ported to get closer because they couldn't actually stack their bases close enough. I know Curdy can fight. Damn guy on Pompeii just kept swarming our operations centers down, regardless of how full the damn thing was. He didn't care. And they're just chasing him. Yeah, eventually they're going to have some people catch back up, stack up behind the... Ooh, there's a Rigoro Riven. Can't wait to actually see the garrisons this time around. So I want to see more of Rigoro Riven. I want to see how well she does against other ones, because preliminary testing was nice. I cannot complain about the efficacy of Rigoro Riven against certain combinations. And I do like the fact of that Riven made a earlier game hero more viable than she was, because Bella Sven rallies were starting to fall off a little bit in favor of pure ranged rallies from the likes of Chun and Julia, and those just to cut into Thunder. Hey Z, I was just watching a bit of the stream you posted earlier, and I went ahead and linked it to my page as well. Seems like you all are having a lot of fun. Prim picked up some of LTF's old members, it looks like. I saw you against EXXP. Looks like everyone's backing off. But ours isn't going too bad. Crimson has a couple of heavy hitters that are giving us some problems on cement gathering, but they are few and far between, and they are not coordinated. It takes 2 or 3 people to actually be online to scare them off. Even if they outnumber us in marches. We'll have to come back and check in on this one. On that note, let's go check out G1 again, because they were fighting right up here. Where's the bulk? ROK's there. SSI is stacking here. Looks like they're set up to do it again. We'll check on that a bit later. Onward to G4. I don't think they're going to be as trigger happy as the last ones. Sorry, Takamichi carrying anything back. Just me being an anime nerd. Yes, when you were watching Junior's AR, Prim was in that one, I guess. It was Junior's. That's why I saw him there. I'm like, why is Junior in? Someone once had towers touching fighting day 1, 7, 11, 14, 18, 30, and 33. What? Oh yeah, someone was saying before that 7 was a little wild. NWO. Boone is kind of sneaking over here. With half a march. Let's watch this real quick. Better just take one and run. Well, if that's the case, let's check out G7 first. Yep, Crimson and Jade fighting against each other, knowing full well that they're going to be on the same team. Oh, Jade just getting all kinds of messed up. So at this point, Golden is just able to build how... Oh, Little Burn and his alliance are able to just stack resources. Well, this is right up their alley. You know they're loving being able to fight like this. Where are you? I know you're still in this alliance. Where did you move? Nope. But they're kind of stuck on both fronts here. Azure is going to take that level 6 from them, but they're not going to be able to move north without assistance. So if Golden builds towards the center, unopposed, and Jade can hold both of this sides. Yeah, I was looking for Rise Against. I was kind of curious how he was doing since kind of rebuilt his account same way we did Punisher a while back. Ooh. How is he doing in there? Give me a second. I want to check the Great Pirate King. Well, yeah. Only at 4 billion this time around. Are kills worth less? Because I felt like you were getting more done before. Yeah, I've seen you moving. Who are you? I don't know you. I know Croc. I know you. Not seen Gecko before. Or Stitch. Man, some people are really picking up. Really doing well with Master Pickle's old account. I can't complain about 92 million from myself. How does that factor in for the whole alliance? Because I know that this number is not the same as this number. I know it's not. Because if that were the case, I would... Yeah. I've gotten into some really good fights. For me, anyway. Okay, scrolling back up. 11. I know I'm not even close to some of the other fighters we have here. Butterbum, Sean Man, Challenger's doing really well. Pew, Grumpy Cat here is really killing people. But I've been doing really well for myself. All things considered. Don't you dare say new home. I am not bullying tier 4s. No. I'm just not scared of the tier 5s that actually come to play with me here. Tier 5s and tier 6s. This is against tier 6. Granted, the only reason this one was low is because he was hitting me and I was not hitting him. I'm not hitting. I know better than to hit an Eddie. Search.
Okay, TV, 5 choices. Listen to me.
Oh my god.
I told her to say that loud so
Anyways.
so I can see if yeah.
Oh, it is kind of nice down here, Z. You could probably put all 5 of your marches down in the center of 8 and leave them there for 6-7 hours and they wouldn't get touched. There are some people who are about equal to you, but they are scared. I don't know if maybe the bigger alliances have kind of pushed them around a little bit too much. Okay, Crimson. Ooh. Oh. This is a lock. Talk about just locking them in. Shot and Olymp getting locked in their own region, in their own zone is crazy. And they have shelters stacked here. It wouldn't be much. I know it's a long walk, but you've got 4 alliances here to fill up those rallies. Launch it. Okay, scrolling back up. Oh, and by the way, that 92 million is field fighting, which is something I don't normally do. Let me see. Your next one was G14. Sorry, distracted by Chocobo music. Jade got locked in their own region here, so they're trying to build out the other side. Actually, I was talking to Butterbum about this. I will be in a garrison lead spot, but it's primarily because the power behind some of the other members is best suited for rallies. Like Dr. Disrespect, he has infantry, but he's probably better suited to actually start rallies against other towers, while I can sit in my tower and just defend it. Darkwack has some ranged capability. Gyeong is perfectly fine to fight with. It's perfectly fine to fight with riders. And Nagan's here, but I haven't actually seen him talk yet. Yeah, and that's what the plan is. I will lead the garrison while they push. And I've got enough tier 6 for one full garrison, and I can fill the other tower with my tier 5. And I can sit in 2 different towers with 2 different garrison setups if I need to. Because while Thunder Tom isn't optimal, it can work. I wish I had Lewis, but I'm not one of those players. I have options. I think 18 was the next one. Yep. Okay. How do you make a oh, Dear Betty? Why are you showing up? Okay, checking out 18 here. Oh, and this is primary because Azure just being a dick. Oh, this is Junior's region. Hey, Garrett. The 2 pairs that I could run easily are Raigoro Eddie and Thunder Tom. However, if I just need to make one garrison, it'll be Thunder Eddie. I think G46 is one of the ones I... Nope, only went to 33. Vacant. Build speed. Oops. Oh no, 2 people in 46. I will check out 46 once I know these rallies are done. It looks as if they've got a single rally going on this. A Dut Eddy in that order is an interesting choice. But I kind of get it. By the time Eddy's shield breaks, it should cause the HP debuff to boost a Dut's damage, and a Dut has the skill tree, so you're going for more damage as opposed to more defense. So long as they keep it full with infantry, that thing packs a punch. And they got the second one here from Tree. I haven't talked to Tree in a while. Running Chun Julia. I don't think that's a great option. I mean, a lot of power and stacking silence can be good. However, it requires skill damage, which, let me see. Who do they have paired? Yeah, they're running Thunder Tom. If Tree gave his account to Panda, I completely understand that. But if I remember correctly, Chun's is Chun's silence dependent on taking skill damage, or is it a separate skill? I'll have to look at that when I get a chance. They're stacking it full of stronger troops now because it's taking less damage. But the silence is working for the most part. Actually, no, it's not. Julia's skill went... Oh, unless he doesn't have an awakened. Yeah, 50% chance to silence for 3 seconds. So... Yeah, so Chun's silence isn't even going to work in this rally. Her amazing skill damage will. And here's the third rally. And this is a Chun Lewis, it looks like. We are live at YouTube. Yes, you are live at YouTube. No, it is Julia. I can't... Oh. It's wearing red. Thought it was Lewis. Don't get... The stacking Julia's is definitely going to help. But... Yeah, and I am streaming this on Twitch as well, Alamo. Yes, Julia has silence on both of them, but it doesn't look like Thunder's skill is getting stopped. Oh, that was smart, launch a rally against. But it's already taking too much damage. Oh, I would have held that there for a little bit longer. Man, I would have held that there for a bit longer. Okay, sorry. Let me pull this over to this side so you can kind of see what's going on while I answer questions. Let's see. Nope. Okay. I don't think this rally is going to last that much longer. It's currently burning. They haven't even had a chance to... They immediately canceled because that's a common thing to do for range rallies. People have gotten so used to, as soon as your rally gets hit, cancel it, even if they are doing better damage. And now we have 0178. 0178 is hitting the infantry rally, which means it's going to die. No! Wow. They canceled an infantry rally that was winning on trades. Oh no, I can't watch that. 46 you all said, right? The chat has requested me. Okay, looking at 46, I see Azure. Ooh, I see why you asked. Jade doesn't know where to go. Well, anyways, Crimson has built both ways. They have taken up the top left corner, so they want to be on the same side as Golden. And if Golden takes the level 7, with Crimson taking the level 6 here and all of these buildings, they're definitely going to be on the same side. Azure is kind of screwed with Jade right now. However, and it does look like Crimson is going to make a push for this level 6 for after factions are decided. But Jade will have to make a hard push for against Crimson when everything is said and done in order to be of any use to Azure. I need to watch that all the way through. I just linked it to the page because I wanted people to see it. Yeah, Z, how was your reaction of being in G1 after, being stuck in that Darksteel matchmaking? I gotta know. I will take a look. Hold on. Actually, I'll just take up the background music from here. Z, that's what you get for building such a strong alliance. Where's that meme of the guy just sweating bullets at his desk? And that is me after having left that alliance for this time around. No, gold and jade will not be pairing in this one. Not a chance. Um, because Crimson took this tower and Golden took this one. Uh, they're going to be on the same side. It's it's a given. Azure is going to be on the east, and because Jade is unaffiliated, they will also be on the east. Now, that's not to say that Jade can't help out in some way, shape, or form, depending on how much these two have hurt each other, if they have at all. But Crimson would either have to build in from this side exclusively for the rest of the match, or they could get cut off from the backside here by Jade, leaving a 1v1 for uh, Golden and Azure, which is a lot more doable than trying to go 2v1. Current favorite by far. Okay, working my way backwards now. Jesus. Hit the dang mic with the phone. G33. You said this was a region where towers were touching, and it's down here because these two can't decide on what they want to do. Azure has taken both of these sides. Look at the presence. We can hold it. No. Yeah, won't never happen. Look at that. They did all of this over here, and they still have enough people over here. Yeah, and because Crimson has come in from the north, so yeah, gold and red are in your region. Oh, I don't doubt that. It looks like the matchmaking here is stacked. You have 5 alliances that are on their game. You don't build this many towers without being on your game. Most legions have built to their 6 and 5 and have built towards the level 6. This is this is 5 flags this direction. They built all of this, built over to their level 4, and then another 7 flags. We got oh, it's Chunky Man. Actually, on that note, I I think the dub comes out. Anyways, back to what I was doing. I'll go ahead and pull these troops back. No one's out. Sorry, not dealing with that this time. They ruined a stream, Dark Seal stream, a few days ago. Not letting it happen again. Looking at. Oh, what was the next one on the list? If anyone wants context on that, I'm more than happy to give it. Um, Basically, me and a couple of people that this person was friends with got into an argument over the validity of certain groups of people. Now, we were very much on different sides of the aisle there, but words were thrown. If you want to watch that towards the end of my second Dark Seal stream, you can see all of it. Let's see if there's anybody coming across before I hop over to another region. Oh, sure. Hold on. Okay, looks like everything's clear. Let me scroll back up in the chat real quick and see what those other regions are that Z gave me. I think there was at least one more. No. No, I haven't checked 30. Looking at this, Crimson is just taking over space from Golden, keeping them from being able to build towards the center. Azure's doing the same thing on this side, but it's primarily because that's Azure's side. I don't think Azure's going to build this way. Towards Jade at all, unless it's to hit him from the backside. What AR are you? How is your? Oh, yeah, ARs that actually do what they're supposed to do don't have a lot of action for the first couple of days. Safe Me is just full of troops. Know that once you hit around the 300 mil mark, hold on, let me get this right. When you've maxed out your armaments on 5 troops, and you have gotten almost everything that you can get hone-wise, equipment-wise, hero-wise, you can sit at about 300 million might and be as strong as anybody else. Safe Me has 600 million might in troops alone. That is the majority of his power. Granted, he is mostly maxed out, but it's hard to say. It's like kind of like giving Jeff Bezos another $10. It doesn't really matter. He's going to go up against 300 million people and hit just as hard as hitting against 600 million or even someone even power with him. So looking at this, Crimson's got a hold on things from the north side of the map here, and is this no? It's 6 alliances. So the passive cement gain from this is already going to be nice with multiple alliances able to build flags. Well, let's do the math. Because you've got me curious myself. A single tier 6 troop is about 15 might. I'm going to pull up my handy dandy calculator. If we assume that only 600 million of it is in troops, that means he has 40 million tier 6 troops. If we assume that 600 million power of his is from troops alone, 40 million troops, 40 million tier 6 troops is what he has in his shelter at any one time. He will never have a problem with being rallied. Hey, Panda Guy. I was actually just watching your region a minute ago. Let me hop back over there in just a second. I'm pretty sure a tier 1 troop is just 1 might. So yeah, it would be 600 million troops, tier 1 troops. I would be curious how that would hold up to a 1 million, or a 2 million tier 6 rally, though. Huh. The tests you could do with money. Anyways, I think 18 was the region I saw you all in. Let's go hop back over there. Y'all had some fun down here. Look at you go. And we're back on the triple rally here, and this is actually this looks like it's going to hold. No, sorry, the rallies look like they're going to hold. You have 2 mega. Oh. EXP. Well, EXXPs. Yeah, I saw him from Z's perspective, in history. Best way to earn the most amount of points. I assume you're talking about for a particular event, Steve Ellen. Um, watch. See if they cancel, even though they shouldn't. Don't cancel, Gecko. Hold it for a little bit longer, at least. Oh, for AR. Technically speaking, for a low might player, farm killing. Otherwise, filling garrisons and rallies. Allowing someone else to lead your troops is probably the best bet because you're going to be up against people stronger than you. But if your troops are being led by a different captain, then their stats are what matters. Oh, farm killing is when you send your rider troops, your rider marches, to go kill enemies while they are farming in tiles. You can usually find people who aren't paying attention to their gatherers and kill them pretty easily. That's something that you can do on your own, but if you're working with a pretty cohesive alliance, then yeah, joining rallies and garrisons is your best bet. How are the whales spending money in their game? Um, Healing and building troops at this point. Um, you're probably doing Panda. You're probably doing pretty well on trades though. Steve Villeneuve. Most whales are spending their money on a couple of things: keeping their troops um, replenished. They need to have 5 full sets of troops at any given time, and armaments. Armaments are expensive as shit. So, like, this stuff right in here gets expensive when you're trying to go for the really good stuff. So, yeah, like Z is saying, the Brandy event for equipment, armaments, they'll use their gems on rebate events if they line up. Um, Basically, taking advantage of any event that can give them a return on their investment. 500,000 might for 5 million. I don't doubt that one bit. Do you mind sending me that when you get a chance? I want to see that rally happen again. But I do like the cohesion being shown here. Um, well, of course, they're roulette addicts. Roulette has really good returns for the gems that you spend, especially if it's for things that you don't already have. Whether it be squads, troop skins, heroes. I saw him up towards the front here a bit ago. Where did he go? Because this is his alliance. Gotta love when these guys in here in the back are taking the Marshal. He must have thrown all his troops in there. There he is. There's our buddy. Holding on to the damn Marshal title. He's doing well for himself, strength wise. Okay, we're going again. Rambo's at it. You can definitely tell when that HP debuff hits. Because the basic damage starts dealing quite a bit. Correct. Actually, I was just talking about that. Give me a bit to go back to that event and show it off again, because I haven't made a proper video on that event. Um, but if you plan on using Mai for what she was intended for, because she's primarily a speed demon kind of hero. I imagine people up in G1 to G10 are using her to move around the map quickly and kill farms, gather cement, and get out really well. She does have some power behind her, but I don't think it's enough to make her like rally captain worth. But if you plan on using her for her intended purpose, yeah. Just know that if you're not a spender, you're gonna need the rider focus to pull it off. And thankfully, the game will give if you're already spending money to collect her, you'll get the armaments. But yeah, what Panda is saying, if it's not worth it unless you're a whale, because generally it's the whales that are using her that way. If you just need strong rider heroes, see, that's the thing. If you plan on leveling her up, especially her skills, trying to get those fragments now is going to be so much better for you than trying to get them later. Because the fragments now are a one-to-one use. if you try to use universals after this event is over, to be honest, villain, no. If you unlock her leisurely with the initial pack and just leisurely awaken her, it costs 2 to 1 of universal fragments to upgrade her skills, which means to awaken her from just unlocking her takes over 1,300 fragments. I think I sat down and did the math a while back, just casually playing the events that you don't have to spend money on, getting the relics. You can get one hero awakened in a few months. And they backed off again. Keep at it. Keep at it, Gecko. It would be cheaper to go get Catherine. Catherine has a set price. I have. Hold on. Because I think here at VIP 12 you get Jin. 150, 70. I only need $170 to fully awaken Catherine. I would probably need close to 1,000 to awaken her, to awaken Mai in her event. And if I don't awaken her in the event, would take double that. Oh, for me, this here, just to give you an idea, because they might cancel, they might not. Catherine can only be upgraded with the fragments that you get from VIP. I currently have her at 5113. It would take me $170 worth of gold. And granted, I can get, like, if I wait for Gold Mall to give me 20% extra, I could do it with less than 150. But I would need this one, and this one to awaken her. And it would give me freaking victory badges I don't need anymore. Let's take a look. Ooh, good stuff. Then taking a rally to the face and still doing well. Catherine could be paired with Cynthia and use the buffs off of each other, or you could have Catherine be a secondary to Bella. Bella boosting damage output for a few seconds leading into Catherine's skill damage, which would affect both instances of her skill damage. Here we got here. Oh, another wonderful one. With the counter rally. Yeah, doing really well. I mean, you're coming out on top of these trades. I'll ask. Can I have some reports? Now, where are you at? I know you're gonna. Yeah, there you are. You're. This is adorable. This is adorable. Development contest? Are you talking about top commander? Ooh. Oh, look at this. Almost maxed out in armaments and in mostly good ones. See, there's the difference. Look, the amount of increased stats that you get from just having this little gold border on it, as opposed to just the regular one. Basic attack damage is 6%, counter damage taken 6%. Oh, the rifle's fucking nice. I think this is the one you just showed me. Just hitting a brick wall. The one with 30 levels and a free to play track and 2 pay tracks. Oh, the Armament Lotto. Um, so you don't have the Armament one yet, but you can get the regular one. So it kind of looks like this. The Armament ones, when you get them, are definitely worth it. Um, I know before this one came out, it was only like $3 for me to buy that second track, and more than worth it. I think, yeah, because I think they just launched this one for the regions that have mostly armaments available. That most of the players have armaments available, but armaments are almost always worth it because they've taken over for research on being the biggest buff to your troops. I've seen people with tier 4 and tier 5 troops beat tier 6 troops with just because of armaments. There's one guy bragging in our region, in our island right now, with tier 4 troops scaring off tier 6s because he's full built for riders and his armaments put his marches over 2.5 mil. It's ridiculous. You can't do it with this one. I hate that. But the I think the one that C Villain U has still has the option to buy it for a friend if you spend the extra. So it just means that if you have a really good friend, they can buy it for you. Beautiful. Five to one trades are always nice. And this is 10 to 1. Yeah. This one didn't. Yeah, you finally broke them. But they immediately put it under maintenance, as they should. Lion's Journey event. Um, I hate that event, honestly. I have not paid for that one. I haven't. If you plan on completing this entirely, then maybe. But otherwise, that's not enough. These would have to be at least purple for me to be for me to think it was worth it for even the silver one. The fact that they are purple for the gold one and they cost you a full, like, for me, $15 to get to this, no. Mm-mm. Not to me. Anyways, they are armored scavengers. They're heading down. I don't want to miss it. I'll head down here. It's not like my main march takes any damage. Oh, Brandy event, secret armory. Brandy event for equipment, absolutely. The secret armory is really nice. Honestly, I haven't. I think it's been long enough since I passed that one out too. Do. Where is it? I'll give the non-Patreon version. Share anyone with access. Yeah, I keep a copy of it, so. Our island's honestly really nice. If you're interested in what the potential outcomes for secret armory are, feel free to check out that spreadsheet that I made. It's quite a while ago now, though, so if any of the rewards have changed, please let me know. But Panda, Ours is actually pretty good. Everybody went the direction they were supposed to. We're having a couple of issues with a couple of our alliances as far as building flags properly. But otherwise, we're all here. We're building faster than our enemies are right now. Crimson's got a couple of whales we have to contend with, and Jade and Azure have been playing with each other for a little while now. But yeah, honestly, we need to start doing that. But like, this shouldn't be here. We've got one miscellaneous flag here for some reason. This one we had marked out, and it didn't end up right. Been made to infantry instructor. Back to 18 to see if they're rallying again. And we're back. Gecko's still got Chun Julio doing wonders. They switched to a different Garrison captain this time, running Thunder Adut, and it's not. I think there's particular packs that only come up every week. They tend to be of higher value than the standard packs you can get throughout the week. Your Legion hasn't killed a single scav? Oh, if you're locked in your own. Yeah. Never mind, I can see that. They'll probably kill the ones on your side before they kill the ones over there. Perfectly acceptable villain. Tier 5 is a big jump in power and usefulness because anyone. Actually, there's still fights in G1 and G2 that use tier 5 as rally fillers. So as soon as you have tier 5 troops, you're capable of fighting either by filling garrisons, filling rallies, whatever the case may be, with any of them. Just one thing to watch out for. If you plan on pushing to tier 6, you're going to run into a very hard to breach plateau, and its name is the Battle Center. You're going to hate that thing. Sent 10 tier 6 squads to the grave. Look great. Yeah, well, they're probably just waiting over there for it. They're going to win this one. Chun Julie is definitely working, but I want to see because no, it didn't stop him then. He's still going off on an average of 7 to 8 second skill cycles. There it goes. I just need proof the damn thing is working. Well, yeah, you had to 10 tier 6 squads, though, you probably put a dent in things. And that's going to burn for about 15 minutes. They have it burning at 5 at a time. Yep. That's not going to go down in time. In 15 minutes, that's going to be down to about 700, and then they're going to maintain it again. Yeah, you need to farm hives consistently. Um, I'll admit I broke down and waited for a rebate and spent gems on them. I had I had the growth fund, and I ended up getting a dut up to a decent level and getting my level 25 battle center from that. Actually, on that note, I probably need to launch or need to take out a couple of hives near me. Damn it. Hit this one. Let's go. It only keeps going up from there. You slow bastard. Let's check out G1 and see if they have any more combat going. What? Oh, god damn it. Stop it. Nothing wrong with slower pace. If you're focused on one particular thing, you'll still be very good at that thing, even at a slower pace. I'm really curious about how good my infantry garrisons are going to be once we actually have towers touching. Doesn't look like they're doing anything here. What about G2? Also, let me know if you have any issues opening that Google Sheets link I sent you. DHX just fighting HNB right outside their own territory. Put this in the English chat. Okay, awesome. Yes. Yes, he did. A lot of the so many people are joining the big alliances now, it's only making them bigger. I don't know if it's just because they want to play with people of their own power, or if it has something to do with. It might have something to do with the Pompeii League that's coming up. Nope, I gotta make sure. I don't think it is. It's not. Okay. I'm standing by for 2.5 minutes waiting on this. And like we've seen with how much does it cost to open the 250 loot boxes? Actually, let me pull that up real quick. The number of boxes that I put into the system there was based off of the consensus on how many Supreme, Premium, and General boxes people tended to get. To actually open the boxes using refreshes, I believe you need 2,900. Actually, because it would be 24 refreshes. If you just power through it, then you'd need about 2,884 tickets, and then you could open every box, hit the 16 ticket refresh, and open every box again. Keep doing that 24 times. You would open 250 boxes, and based on the amount of boxes that you get that are Supreme, Premium, and General, you could plug numbers in and get an idea of the total amount of items that you would get at the end of it. I also have it manually highlight the milestone rewards that you get. If you get to, like, for example, if you open 70, you get the Choice G fragments that come in that box, so on and so forth. All the formulas are already in. Although I think for me this time around, the Supreme boxes have been about 1 in 10. So I would actually put the spread to general, premium, and supreme boxes as 125, 125 in that order. And then you can see in the middle what you should get based off of the chances from each box. 2 full gold armaments, 68 fragments, 20 honing chips, 32 honing components, 12 full purple armaments, 67 purple fragments, and 46 full blue armaments. The tickets themselves, you can build them up over time. Let me pop in here. I've been using a few of them here lately, so I haven't been building them up like I should. However, they do have a armory card pack that you can spend gems on. So if you've collected gems, you can get a small amount of them. I think it's 70 cards for 7,000 gems. Then, of course, you can pay money for them. Now, you do have the other option of just waiting for the free refresh when it pops up. Every 8 hours, you'll get a free refresh. You can open just the Supreme boxes and get what you get from there. You'll just be missing out on these. And it looks like it's helmets this time around. Helmets and pants. I think I have shoes loaded in there. Let's march. Oh, he's back. Thank God I'm not paying attention to that. What? Someone running around here? No? Back to cheat. And DHX is walking back. It's funny how DHX went over to Crimson's area, knowing HNB would have to make the trip north in order to actually fight them. Look at floating Anubis. Because HNB hasn't made it to their checkpoint. It's actually faster for them to walk up this way to try and help. But it just means that DHX is up against whoever's here. Let's see. Do my search again. It's a shame that nothing really happens on day 2 different from day 1. I'm glad we got some fights going on this time around so that we can show off do's and don'ts and all that good stuff. I want to see if they manage to catch it, because this will answer another question of mine. Are they even garrisoning it at all? No, they know they're going to lose it. Okay. They will lose a couple of people. If you think they won't rally 155, they will. You'll be burned. You'll be swarmed. You'll be swarmed. Actually, Johnny is safely inside that box. This only covers this end of things. It's weird, but they may lose a couple of. Yeah, they may lose this one and this one. That looks like it's it. And he just yeeted himself out. So he set a marker. Gotta know what he set it for. Slow build. No, I want to send you. And wonder if they'll keep trying to push him back. They're hitting this garrison here with Johnny on it, and EXXP has come out to play. Robert Eddy with the stacked HP debuffs is really going to weaken the. Yeah, don't do that. You've seen what Gecko is able to do. Anyways, the HP debuffs from Robert and Eddy, especially since Robert also gives shields, which activate Eddy's HP debuff even more often, are going to weaken Thunder's healing whenever Chun and Julia's silence aren't shutting it down. And as you can see, it's very effective. Whoever this is from GLLC is not paying attention to the amount of power left in Rally. Danatox. I kind of just want to see who's doing that. Coming at it with a Freya. Yeah, you didn't make it. How many troops have you thrown away? Almost 1 million. What specific requirements would there need to be? An understanding between the members that you're not going to all have alliance buffs. While you can take advantage of the alliance research and stuff like that, if you hop to another region, from what I understand, an alliance can't build in multiple regions. So if you have an alliance in region 100 and some members from 200 join, they can't build an alliance fortress in 200. So you're not going to get the alliance territory. You're not going to be able to gather for them. However, you will be able to participate in events for your alliance from the other region. This does come with its own set of benefits, and I saw ROK abuse the crap out of this. Um, I guess there was some sort of exchange. Oh, cross region fraction. Oh, my God, I'm answering the wrong question. But to finish what I was saying, because I do find that interesting, ROK actually had members hop into other regions entirely and take their presidential buffs, like Marshal, Scavenger, Chief of Staff, those, so that 6 or 7 of their members could have those buffs on at the same time. I watched them do it like the event after it opened up. It was crazy. Now, if you're talking about a Jade and Golden versus Crimson and Azure, that's actually pretty simple. It would take, in this case, as an example here, let's say Jade got locked in their own region, could not get out at all. If Crimson built to the north side here and Azure built to the south, Crimson and Azure would be on the same team on the East Bay faction. Golden would have likely taken at least one of these towers, so they would naturally have, what is it called? Westwood affiliation. And because Jade is unaffiliated, it would be forced to be Golden's partner. These kind of scenarios never end well for the one that got screwed. But it is possible. Now, on the flip side, there's no good outcome for if Jade and Golden go the same direction. Like if they both go north. Because seeing how this plays out here, if Golden, let's say Golden goes south and Jade goes south on this side, Azure has nowhere to go. That means it'll be entirely up to Crimson to choose what ally they want. Because if Crimson goes west, they get West Bay faction, they pair with Golden, and Azure is stuck with Jade. Meaning Jade will likely lose. If Crimson heads east, it'll be Crimson and Jade versus Golden and Azure. And Golden will likely lose. Because, again, Azure is still locked in their own region. It requires an alliance to be locked in order to create that opposites faction. And it's never something that you want to go for. Archipelago Raid, Rally Call, Hive Minds. Gotta get these out. So, apologies for going on a rant about something that wasn't even your question. ROK out here. I'm trying to help defend. And then we've got HMB actually marching out here. They're heading across. They are moving. This dude's just having a smoke break on the other side of the checkpoint here. He doesn't know what's going on. Oh, errors coming out. This poor smoker's gonna get demolished. Safe has a wife. Good lord. I'm actually not gonna probably not gonna be on much longer tonight. Day two just doesn't have a lot going on, and it's either the night I take off for the stream or um, make it a short one so I can kind of mentally prepare for what's going to happen this weekend. Uh, Usually I would have had that on day three, but they actually have stuff happen on day three now. Oh, yeah, Hans is just going to walk through. We'll watch him kill them real quick. Error, just go home. Nope, he's going in. No, yes. Mai is definitely getting used. You know they have to have him awakened. Leading. Oh, no, sorry. I thought that was DHX leading an attack with it. Riven outside of Alliance territory isn't the greatest, but she's still got a lot of power for an infantryman. And there was one Bianca in here. Let me check out G3, because HMB is not going to get on DHX territory. Oh, wait, they fight down here, don't they? Yeah, they do. Nope, nothing. Check out G4. BTW coming back from something. But it doesn't look like it was too much going on. And then G5. Yes. Bianca is still overpowered. It's very much one of the first things you want to kill on the field. Especially an awakened one. There are very few skills that I would say are 100% worth awakening. Hers is one of them. The top three that come to mind for me are Eddie's, Julia's, and Bianca's. Especially now that Eddie's has so many different ways to activate it. Okay, I don't see anything going on right now in the top 5. I'm going to check G18. They just burned it again. Surprised they're not trying to split it by coming over here. Rallying this again. Just straight defeated it. Crazy. No, but yeah, just looking at this, Eddie's HP debuff whenever a shield is broken or disappears on 3 enemy squads is massive, considering how quickly a shield can be created and destroyed. Sure, he has his own for 2500, but you've also got Robert that passes them around, and they don't have to be his own shields. That's another thing. If someone else gives you a shield, it still counts. You've got Robert, you've got Rigoro with massive shields, and his only lasts 3 seconds. Still hate that. Riven has the potential to pop 2 different shields, and they do activate independently. I did check this out. If this shield pops and then deactivates, even if there's another shield behind it, Eddie's debuff goes off. And then, sorry, the other two. I did unlock Julia the other day because I wanted to at least have her. Where did she go? There she is. No, Julia's Waken is primarily for that. Damage buff, meh. Add an extra 20 rage to her own squad, meh. That 3 seconds of silence guaranteed. This is what makes her the hardest counter to Thunder in the game. This changed up how people had to run garrisons in order to try and get around her. And then Bianca. Yes, her active skill, as it is, affecting 3 squads with just under 40%, is insane. But the fact that awakening her gets it up to 5 squads, pumps it over 40%, and still gives all 5 of them 60 rage is nah. It's ridiculous. 60 rage can be enough to push multiple squads over the edge of getting that extra second out of the way for their skill cycles. Meaning you're boosting their attack power and getting their skills to the point where you can actually use that attack power. It's wonderful. Yeah, I can't give those because I've never done this. Anyways, if you're looking for something interesting to watch, when I log off, head on over to 18. They're probably going to be rallying and pushing them back for a good portion of the night. This is going to burn down eventually, and they'll work over here and just start pushing them back. If they get to back here, they'll have most of this burned out before these guys can wake up. I'd be willing to bet that. So, if you're looking for something to watch, okay, a Dutz Awaken skill. I'll answer that. A Dutz Awaken skill feels out of place. It's a good one. Don't get me wrong. Upon receiving skill damage, reduces skill damage received by you and nearby allies by 20% for 2 seconds. I don't like that it has a trigger limit. Yes, Smoke Alt, that's why you bubble. I don't like the once every 6 seconds. Because in the heat of combat, you're going to be taking a lot of skill damage. So it would be better if that wasn't there, so that she's consistently passing out this skill damage debuff, skill damage reduction. But It's a defensive skill that activates after you've taken damage. I mean, I'm on the fence about it. I don't consider it overpowered. It's a good one. I feel like it could have been better on someone else and given her a more offensive skill. Because she still has the highest attack buff, infantry attack buff in the game by a mile. And then they give her something that reduces skill damage specifically. I mean, this right here is also part of the reason why so many people pair her with Thunder. Because honestly, their awakened skills need to be switched. Thunder has the damage buff whenever a skill goes off for yourself and your allies, and Adut having a skill damage reduction when you take damage. I feel like those two could have been switched and it would have been better off for both of them. But people pair those two together for a middle of the road march. Don't get me wrong, it does well. It just doesn't play to each other's strengths. They cover each other's weaknesses. And if you've watched my videos on how to make arena teams, you know why I don't like that. Anyways, I think I'm going to call it a night tonight. I will be back on tomorrow, this time on time. Got in a little late because I had stuff I needed to take care of. But round 02 UTC, I want to pair her with Bianca and just be fast and buffing up everyone with some decent defenses with shield and whatnot. Pair her with Thunder. Thunder and Bianca will do absolutely no damage, but you hit something that also doesn't do damage, and you can just feed damage buffs and attack debuffs and the attack and shields and rage without taking much damage. That's what I do. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off. I'll be on tomorrow, 02. Thank you all for joining me. We got over 100 chats and messages in the chat this time around, so thank you all for that. But I will be, hopefully you all can come around and watch my stream tomorrow. With that, this is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, signing off.